When Rockstar Games launched Grand Theft Auto V in 2013, it was already shaping up to be one of the most profitable entertainment products in history. The game sold over 11 million copies in its first 24 hours, generating more than $800 million in a single day, and within 3 days it crossed the $1 billion mark. But what looked like a record-breaking success at the time was only the beginning of a much bigger financial story. The real genius of Rockstar wasn't just in selling a video game, it was in transforming it into a platform, a world that would keep players not just entertained but financially invested for years. At the heart of this transformation was a simple digital product with a catchy name, Shark Cards. Shark Cards were introduced in 2013 as part of GTA Online, Rockstar's multiplayer universe where players could live out criminal fantasies, buy cars, own apartments, and build empires. On the surface, these cards were straightforward. Players purchased them with real money in exchange for in-game cash. For example, a whale shark card cost $49.99 and gave the player $3.5 million of virtual GTA dollars, while the most expensive option, the Megalodon shark card, cost $99.99 and provided $8 million in virtual cash. At first glance, it seemed harmless, just a shortcut for people who didn't want to grind hours in the game to buy the latest supercar or nightclub. But beneath that simplicity lay a financial engine so powerful it turned a one-time $60 game into a perpetual money-printing machine. The brilliance of Shark Cards is that they attached real-world value to digital scarcity. Rockstar understood human psychology well enough to design GTA Online so that the most desirable items, luxury cars, weaponized vehicles, private jets, penthouses, and even cosmetic upgrades, were aspirational, always just out of reach through regular gameplay. Grinding missions could earn players a few $1,000s at a time, but a single luxury car might cost $2 million. This imbalance wasn't accidental, it was a carefully engineered gap between effort and reward that nudged players toward the temptation of a shark card. Pay a little extra, and the grind disappears. And millions of players decided their time was worth more than their money. By 2015, 2 years after launch, Rockstar's parent company Take-Two Interactive reported that GTA V had generated over $500 million in revenue just from microtransactions, primarily shark cards. This was a staggering figure considering the base game itself had already sold tens of millions of copies. The model was working so well that by 2017, GTA V had surpassed $6 billion in total revenue, making it more profitable than any film, album, or book in history. Analysts estimated that at least half of that came not from game sales but from GTA Online and its microtransactions. The Megalodon Shark card, at $99.99, had effectively become one of the highest margin products in gaming, with its digital nature meaning there was no manufacturing, shipping, or inventory cost. Every purchase was pure profit. The genius wasn't just in pricing but in longevity. Most games burn out after a year or two, their player base drifting away as new titles appear. GTA Online, however, remained fresh through a constant drip feed of updates, new heists, cars, businesses, and cosmetics. Every update wasn't just new content, it was new bait for shark card sales. A new $1 million hypercar or multi-level casino penthouse was never just a luxury, it was a status symbol, and for many players the fastest way to get it was to reach for their credit card. The more content Rockstar added, the more reasons players had to buy shark cards, creating a cycle of engagement and spending that never really stopped. By the late 2010s, the numbers spoke for themselves. In 2019 alone, Take-Two reported that GTA Online had generated nearly $600 million in revenue, 6 years after the game's release. By 2020, estimates suggested shark cards had earned Rockstar well over $2 billion across their lifetime. At that point, GTA V had sold over 135 million copies, but its success was no longer measured in unit sales. Instead, it was measured in recurring digital revenue, a business model that rival publishers like EA and Activision would scramble to replicate with their own microtransaction systems. But none matched the cultural and financial dominance of shark cards, which had redefined what it meant for a video game to be profitable. The reason shark cards became the most profitable virtual currency in gaming wasn't luck, it was strategy. Rockstar had built a digital ecosystem where spending real money felt almost natural, even necessary, to fully enjoy the experience. Players didn't just buy shark cards. They bought time, status, and access to the best toys in one of the most detailed virtual worlds ever created. And once players had crossed the line of paying real money for fake cash, it became easier to do it again, and again, and again. For Rockstar, this meant a revenue stream that rivaled subscription models without the need for commitments. Today, GTA 5 has sold over 190 million copies worldwide, and while those sales are staggering, it's the ongoing river of cash from shark cards that made it one of the most financially successful entertainment products in history. Each $99 Megalodon purchase represented not just another sale but another example of how virtual currency could generate real-world profit at a scale no one in gaming had fully achieved before. Shark cards turned what was once a single purchase game into a decade-long financial ecosystem, rewriting the rules of what success in gaming looks like. The story of shark cards is the story of how Rockstar turned pixels into profit, how a digital item with no physical existence became the cornerstone of a multi-billion-dollar empire. It's a case study in the psychology of scarcity, the allure of status, and the willingness of people to pay for convenience in worlds that feel as real as our own. What started as an optional shortcut became the most profitable virtual currency in gaming, a symbol of how deeply financialized video games have become, and a reminder that behind every flashy car in GTA Online is a very real credit card transaction driving one of the most successful business models the industry has ever seen.